Now, Would You Rather Wednesday. Glory Days Grill. I was there. I got the opener, the flash fried pork belly with the Korean No. 2 sauce. It was so good. I was there with my buddy Rich, and I kept waiting for Rich to look away. Like, I was hoping he was going to look at his phone because I was prepared to run my fingers alongside the inside of the bowl and then lick my fingers. That's how good it is. I would encourage you, when I posted about Would You Rather Wednesday today, I posted a picture of my flash fried pork belly opener at Glory Days Grill. Just look at that thing. Just look at it. Tell me you don't want that. Giving away a $25 gift card to Glory Days Grill today. The opener is available. They got all sorts of other things on their summer seasonal menu that are still available through the end of the month. GloryDaysGrill.com is the website. Get your order in. Come over and hang with us because we are right down the street from our neighborhood at Glory Days Grill. All right, we okay?
We should be okay.
All right.
Yes.
Hopefully we're back up on YouTube. Now, would you rather? Number one. Would you rather the Orioles do indeed re-sign Trey Mancini? Something reasonable at the end of the year, 4 years, 50, something like that. Something that'd be fair market value, everybody would be happy about. Or, pains me that he's gone, but the reality is at this point, just makes more sense to go ahead and move on and give those at-bats to somebody else. Griffin, I'll let you start.
I mean, my instinct is to say I want to re-sign him. I mean, I think a lot of it is going to depend on what happens over the next 2 months for the Orioles, like who they call up, how they play, if Gunnar gets called up, how much we play. I mean, obviously Gunnar and Westbrook should be they sound like they should be everything that the Orioles need. So it's man, it is tough. I think if he's somehow I think everyone's thought is that he's going to Minute Maid. Trey's going to Minute Maid. He should hopefully inflate his numbers a little bit, and that would probably increase the price tag. So if that is the case, I'm leaning towards no.
Okay. But I told you what the number was. The price tag's not changing.
The price
I said it's a very reasonable price. 4 years, $50 million.
Then yeah, why not?
You're saying yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one's been split like I expected it to be, frankly. I kind of thought the answers would be a bit all over the place. John in Little Rock says, no, it's time to move on. From Ken Zales, I want Trey back. He's a glue guy. Imagine the locker room, I think is what you meant, Ken, when he walks back in. He's worth 10 wins next year, in my opinion. Sports is still an emotional event. Paul in Ovilando, I hate to say it because a young team will need a veteran presence like him, but for the positions Trey plays, to include DH, I think going forward it's best to not re-sign him. From, I don't know who Bird for Life is. Bird for Life, tell me who you are. It's a good story, good player, and good guy, but no, people can be so soft. It's not a good fit unless you get rid of Mountcastle. From, sorry, hang on a second. I got answers all over the place. Facebook, Twitter, the whole thing. From Bill, no Trey. It's a very short. Some people give these very short answers. There's no thoughts whatsoever. Dwight, thanks for the memories, Trey, but no return. From Doug, I'll take Mancini. Again, that's a very... Go with these very short... What is it with these very short answers? There's no... I just ask for any thought whatsoever. From Chris. Chris says... Glenn, I'd like to know more about the makeup of the team at that point. I still think there's the possibility of trying to trade Santander high in the offseason. If that were the case, then maybe I'd be more open to a Trey Mancini return if you have a corner outfield spot that's open. I know that there are outfielders on the way, but I still feel like that's a problem that can be dealt with down the road, as you said a couple of times. I think I'd rather have Trey here and continue to have someone for this organization to look to. And from Joe says... Glenn, count me among those that were not all that heartbroken about Trey being traded away. I love him. I think he's great, but I just don't think he is what this team needs moving forward. I think they need a bigger bat in the middle of their lineup. If they're going to spend money, they should be looking for someone who is a more consistent 30 to 35 home run guy. Okay? All these things are fair. Nobody, by the way, the best argument I make is that's money you should be spending on pitching, right? I think that's the best argument you can make if you're in the no Trey camp, is if you're spending money at all, spend it on a pitcher. Go out and get one more pitcher because you still don't really have enough, certainly not enough without question marks within your system. Number 2, would you rather? You just won $1 billion. It's yours. I mean, there's taxes and it's a whole thing. But you won the $1 billion lottery. This came from a conversation I had with you. And by the way, I have a plan. You will never know if I win the lottery. It will never happen. So you'll know my answer. Would you rather? All the money's yours, but you got to go publicly accept it. And now everyone in your orbit and everyone in the world now knows that you have won $1 billion. You now have an extreme amount of wealth. Or a trusted friend, someone that you know will not let you down, will not turn on you anything, cuts you a deal, says, I'll go take the bullet. I'll say that I'm the winner. You give me 30% of what you won. No one will ever know. I will protect this to the grave. But you got to give me 30%. Whatever that is. Again, I saw some numbers being thrown around yesterday that, like, after taxes, it's like a little bit less than $500 million.
Yeah. Still a lot.
And I think that's if you take it as a lump sum versus taking the payments that you can get instead over the years. So I think it might be a little bit more than that if you take the payments. But then,
and I think I saw something else, not like recently, but I know, like, I think the payments thing is like, because everything should get adjusted for inflation, but the payments don't.
No.
So, like,
well, the payments,
over the course of
correct. Well, I mean, if it's $1 billion and they say,
like,
we're going to give you, $50 million a year for 20 years, I think it's longer than that. It's more like whatever that number would be, but divided by 40, something like that.
Yeah.
You're not getting the payments are the same no matter what happens to inflation. You're getting the same payment, but those payments are still like $20 million, whatever it is over 40 years. Like, that's still a lot of money every time. Even inflation can do whatever it wants to do. Inflation can't make $20 million. I understand that somebody would say, well, imagine going back 40 years, you'd be having this conversation about $1 million.
I think this is what I learned in my finance class last that I took last year. So that was one thing I took away from it.
I've lived nearly 40 years. I assure you that as much as money has changed, and the way that we maybe have our opinion about $1 million has changed, $20 million, we have not changed an opinion about that. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
I have my answer. I'll publicly accept it. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it, and I think of myself as a generous person, and I think I'd be, I think I'd just become Tony Stark, and
that's what you become.
Yes.
You become Tony.
I mean, everyone
Stark.
knows Tony Stark is rich, and so I just become a big philanthropist,
Right,
and you change the world hopefully for the better, and and don't worry, you don't. I'm not going to give you 30%.
You understand,
but next time we go to Glory Days, it can be on me.
And that's thoughtful, but you understand that, like, you're announcing now that, like, the people know who you are now. You're Griffin from Glenn Clark Radio.
Yeah.
And the moment you go accept that check, someone knows who you are, and they're going to find out where you live, and you're going to have a problem. This is the easiest answer of all time. I can't believe that. You will never know. If I win the lottery, I will come in and do this show tomorrow. I will not change anything. There might be subtle changes that come. Like, there might be little things that you see, like, wow, how's Glenn affording that? Like, you might have some questions, like when I install a pool and a hot tub at my house, right? But I ain't moving. I ain't bringing any attention to myself whatsoever. Not even a little bit. I'll be able to take care of my kids' college. I'll be able to do certain things. And I do not have the infrastructure in my life to be able to handle that amount of wealth and people knowing that I have that amount of wealth and having to figure out who am I giving money to, like who am I going to feel bad about if I don't take care of them? How do I get enough security for my livelihood? Like, do I have to have a staff of 10 people, something like that? Like, I might start buying nicer food, you know what I mean? Like, I might get the Wagyu at the grocery store. There might be little things that change, but I don't want anyone. I'm going to keep living as broke as I've been living to this point. That's the way it's going to be. And by the way, I'm used to that. I would be extraordinary. Imagine how uncomfortable I would be. Like, trying to live. I get uncomfortable just because I live in a part of the county where other people have money. I don't even have any money, but I live in a part of the county where there are people near me that have money, and that makes me uncomfortable. There's a house that I swear to God is not far away from our house. And if you saw that, you'd be like, that person's got to be worth $1 billion. And I live right by A.J. Burnett, when he was making all that money from the Yankees, lived right down the street from my house.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Because it's in this nice part of the county where it's more separated. But we have this little podunk farmhouse. That's what we got. It's everything. Our water tank blew up. I mean, we got nothing. We're like, it's fine. It's lovely. I want to make that very clear. It's lovely. I'm very happy to live where I live, and I'm grateful for it. But we ain't got a penny. Like, we got nothing. We just happen to live in an area where other people do have money, and it's very awkward. And by the way, whenever we meet any of them, you can tell immediately they smell us. We were invited over. There are people that I swear to God, it's an estate, and it is like close enough that we could call them neighbors. They're not actually neighbors, but close enough that if we labeled them as neighbors, we were invited over. They have an estate, an effing estate. They have a staff that works there. It's not a lot. It's maybe like 3 people. They have a staff. And I swear to God, the first question is, so how'd you end up out here? And I knew they could smell me. They could smell me. It's like, yep, I am not one of you. I do not belong here. We just have a little podunk farmhouse. That's it. Got lucky. The former owner of the place was dying and just wanted to get rid of it, and that's the way it works. Like, luckiest thing that could have ever happened. We know we don't belong, and we are so sorry for infiltrating your estate. We'll be leaving now. That's the way it'll go.
So your answer is
no. I will. If I got a friend, and I'm saying it's a trusted friend. I'm saying that I have to believe that this person will never ever let. Because I don't want one person to know. Because I don't want to have to go like build fences, and I don't want to have to go get security and all those things. I just want to be able to.
$1 billion. I
don't care. I want to be able to live my life. I just want to be able to keep doing things normally. So if that's the case, that is easy answer for me. I can't believe how difficult. That being said, not all of you agree. John in Little Rock, never give someone 30% of your wealth for a fool's move. There is okay hiding that you want. What? There is no hiding that you want. It's not happening. It always gets out. You don't know my friends. You don't know the things that we've hidden before. You don't know about the guy that's buried. Wait, what? Huh?
Careful.
What did I just say? Any hoodle. Paul and Ovilando, give up 30%. Still enough winnings to set my family up nicely for a few generations and keep from scammers and vultures constantly being around. Thank you. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have all of you pitch me your ideas. I've got a great idea for starting a company. No, you don't. I don't have to tell you that. Don't want to do it. Ivan, I'd rather everyone know who I am. Plenty of people are wealthy and people know who they are. You just need to learn how to say no to people who ask for things. Okay, you're going to lose friends. And you might be all right with that. You might be totally fine with losing your friends and having new rich ones. I recommend the people with the estate down the street from me. I recommend them. They might be willing to be your friends. You might feel that way. And if you do, God bless you. I want a smoothie. John Colson asked if I wanted a smoothie. I do. It's so funny you ask. Yes. Whatever the beet one is. I don't remember what it's called. I love it.
Shoot, yeah, I forget. You go there more
Actually,
often.
I'm gonna go with the almond butter cup today.
Wow,
I do like that one.
I like that green one.
I do like the green one too. I do like the green one, indeed. So anyway, the moral of this, I don't know what was happening here. You're gonna lose friends inevitably because they're gonna expect something from you, and no matter what you do, it's not gonna be enough because you're a billionaire. So if you say, well, I'm just going to cut everyone I know a $50,000 check. Say, here's what you're getting from me. Well, $50,000 ain't going to last them forever. And when it doesn't, they're going to be mad at you that you didn't give them more. So I'd rather just not know. I'm happy to take care. And inevitably, those will be the types of things that happen. Inevitably, you'll know I won the lottery because I'll be more inclined to pay for everybody's drinks if we go out. I'll be more inclined to say, I'm going to pick up these things. I'm going to try to do good things for my friends, but I'm going to lose friends the other way. From KZ, you can know who I am. You'll never find me, LOL. Oh, bet me. Bet me that that's the case, KZ. I know where you like to hide. I'll find you. My buddy Bill Bolander, I'll take all the money. Doug, I'll take the money and then use it to find a way to hide from everybody I don't want to talk to. You are so confident about that. You are so confident about that.
I mean, you were confident about it too. So
what?
You were just as confident about being able to
because I'm creating the scenario.
Oh, you're creating. Okay. I thought you were saying
I'm the one establishing the Would You Rather Wednesday scenario. I'm saying no one will ever know. In scenario
Okay,
two,
this is the
no one
scenario
will
you're
ever know.
making.
I've
Okay.
made that
I thought you were
scenario.
saying like
It's on
no
the
one's gonna
table.
know where.
It's on the table. No one's gonna know that you won if you give that 30% to your friend.
Okay.
It'll be between the two of you. It'll never happen. From Dwight, take the money, no cuts. From Dave. Dave says, I know it sounds insane, but I think I would rather give up the 30%. I would rather live anonymously for the rest of my life. I don't know that I want to be anonymous. I don't know if it's that far. I just don't want people to know that I'm that wealthy. All right, and number 3, Vin Scully or Tom Brady?
I'm going Vin Scully.
Why?
Because he's. So I also executed all of his broadcasts, all his calls
you lived
perfectly.
his life.
Okay.
You were Vin Scully.
Yeah, I mean that's I'm definitely I'm a big baseball fan.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it is tough. Tom Brady.
I don't know
Tom
if
Brady.
it's Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
But
Giselle
I'll stick
Bundchen.
with.
Have you heard of her?
Vin Scully.
You familiar with her work?
Yeah. I'll stick with Vin Scully being.
I'm guessing it's not the only
being
one.
a perfect, as far as we know, pretty much a perfect person. He witnessed so many great baseball.
Tom Brady's got
events
7
in
Super
history.
Bowls or 6, whatever it is. I don't remember the number of Super Bowls now. It's 6 or 7.
Saw Jackie Robinson make his debut lived out through his career. Hank Aaron, just everything. The '88 Dodgers. I don't think
7.
He lived a pretty much perfect.
Confused about that. 7 Super Bowls. 7 Super Bowls. 7.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
You familiar with the Super Bowl?
When Tom Brady's 94, then ask me. Maybe it'll be different.
God.
And Tom Brady still looks the way he does today.
He might look this way when he's 94. Jeez. All right. From KZ, good one. I assume you'll get a bunch of Vin, but so I'll say Brady. The dude is hated for sure, but respected. Ivan, Vin Scully, to be loved by everyone is a category very few have achieved. We've lost 2 in the past year with Betty White and Vin Scully passing away. Paul Novilando, Vin Scully. Saw it all and commented on it, but Brady has lived it on the field. I'll take his life and experiencing the moments of accomplishing the ultimate in his profession and as a team multiple times. Sam Njoku, tough one, but I'm going Brady for sure. John from Little Rock, Vin by 1 billion. It's amazing how despair, like it's an obvious answer one way or the other. Oh, it's obviously Brady. It's obviously Vin Scully. John from Little Rock, Vin by 1 billion. What a life. Keith, Vin by all of the miles. He never once cheated and seems to have had an amazing, genuine, honest life. Birds of Baltimore. Who is Birds of Baltimore? I don't know who that is. Vin Scully. There was an elegance about the way he called a game. People who knew him indicated a similar elegance about how he lived. He was the best there ever was and yet remained humble. Vin Scully was a role model and human being that was universally respected. From Dwight, Vin Scully has seen so many great games. Hard to pass on Vin. From Doug, Vin Scully is a broadcasting god, but it's hard to turn down the opportunity to be the greatest football player of all time, wealthy beyond all reason, healthy with a healthy family, as far as I know, and married to a supermodel. It seems pretty great to me. Seems okay. From Bill, Tom Brady. From Dan, as much as I hate Tom Brady, I don't understand how the answer couldn't be Tom Brady. While Vin Scully did get to take in the greatest moments of all time, Tom Brady was able to live them. Yeah, I think that's a very fair answer. Continue to get me your responses throughout the day at Glenn Clark Radio on Twitter, Facebook.com/Glenn Clark Radio. Griffin will now be in charge so that I don't screw it up. Griffin will pick a winner tomorrow. Somebody's going to get a $25 gift card to Glory Days Grill. When we come back in, we'll get a tidbit. We'll get Tubular wind down for a Would You Rather Wednesday edition of Glenn Clark Radio. Sports fans, the wait is over. The all-new FanDuel Sportsbook is now open at Live Casino and Hotel in Hanover, Maryland. This is your chance to win big right in your own backyard. Bet on every sport with self-service kiosks and watch all of the action from the best seat in the house. Make every moment more at the all-new FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel in Hanover. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Please call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit mdgamblinghelp.org.
The biggest pro wrestling stars today and all time all have one thing in common. You've heard them on Jobbing Out.
Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks.
Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it.
The great Kurt Angle.
Thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Matt Riddle.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man.
The champ, Drew McIntyre.
Oh, thank you for having me.
The great Ron Simmons.
Damn.
Keith Lee.
Appreciate you guys having me, man.
Bill Goldberg.
My pleasure.
Charlotte.
Thank you so much for having me.
Mick Foley is with us.
This is the greatest name for a wrestling show I've ever heard.
MJF.
I'm glad you're happy I'm on this show because I'm freaking miserable.
Le champion!
Chris Jericho.
Le champion.
AJ, Aaron, Brandon, and Glenn are talking pro wrestling every week on Jobbing Out. Find it at PressBoxOnline.com/radio, iTunes, and SoundCloud.
The Toyota Tacoma comes in a wide range of models and trim lines. You can choose the perfect Toyota to reflect your unique personality and driving habits. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals on new Tacomas from your local Toyota dealer today.
Stan the Fan here, welcoming back one of my favorite sponsors, the Costas Inn. And everybody around Baltimore knows the Costas Inn is a great place to go and grab crabs, steaks, salads, soups, whatever's on your mind to eat in person. But did you know that the Costas Inn has upped their game? They are now one of the premier takeout places in Baltimore. Give them a call now to order your food, 410-477-1975. That's the Costas Inn over 4100 North Point Boulevard.
The latest edition of Pressbox is available now, and it's our very first Salute the Coaches issue. On the cover, we recognize Ravens coach John Harbaugh ahead of his 15th season. Also inside, find tributes to Navy football coach Ken Niumatalolo, UMBC soccer coach Pete Caringi, Maryland soccer coach Sasho Sorovsky, and field hockey coach Missy Maharg, Mount St. Joe basketball coach Pat Clatchy, and Poly basketball coach Kendall Peace. We also honor recently retired Johns Hopkins lacrosse coach Janine Tucker and Calvert Hall baseball coach Lou Eckerl, the athletes whose lives these coaches have impacted, offering insights on what makes them special and why they've stood the test of time. Pressbox is available for free at over 500 area locations, including 60 Royal Farm stores, and you can always find the entire edition as well as the best daily coverage of the Orioles, Ravens, and Terps at PressBoxOnline.com.
To follow the show on Instagram, it's just Glenn Clark Radio. And to follow the show on OnlyFans, wait, I don't think you're supposed to know about that one. Any hoodle. Take it away, boys.
All right, winding down for a Would You Rather Wednesday edition of Glenn Clark Radio. Brought to you by our friends at Glory Days Grill. Again, continue to get me your responses, and we will share out more of your responses throughout the day at Glenn Clark Radio on Twitter. Let's get a tidbit. Tidbit is brought to you today by Simply the Bets. If you missed it yesterday, Simply the Bets is available right now at Facebook.com/PressBoxSports by clicking on the Videos tab or YouTube.com/PressBoxOnline. Do it every Tuesday morning at 11:40 a.m. as we try to get you ready for the week in betting. Simply the Bets. And we will have Weekend at Bookies for you tomorrow morning at 11:40 as well. It's all brought to you by the FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Maryland. What you got?
All right, so I'm going to have a couple short ones, then I'll get into like my actual question. But Brett Phillips was officially activated by the Orioles, and they
awesome.
They optioned Yasniel Diaz.
He got to make his debut. Whatever happens, he will forever be able to say he was a Major League Baseball player.
His locker is in the clubhouse. Do you know whose locker he took?
Trey's?
No, he took Jorge Lopez's.
Oh, okay.
So...
I mean, like, okay.
Just news.
All right.
And he's wearing number 66.
Okay.
Who do you know? We're waiting for Buster Olney.
Yasiel Puig, legendary Oriole. Yasiel Puig wore number 66.
Yeah, so we're waiting for Olney's tweet. But the only two Orioles have ever worn 66, and both have been in the past 10 years. One of them, I think his first year was 2012-ish. Two left-handed reliever. They're both left-handed reliever.
Left-handed reliever that wore number 66. Evan Meek?
No.
Left-handed reliever. McFarland definitely wore 66.
T.J. McFarland. He wore number 66, and then another guy who the Orioles traded earlier this year down to Miami.
Tanner Scott? I don't know. Why did I not remember Tanner Scott wearing number
66?
I don't remember that at all.
Got this from Joe Trezza did an article on the best Oriole by each number. It's pretty fun one.
Okay. Just for the fun of it, who does he have? How many?
He did every single number, or at least every number that's been worn.
I don't know that I could. There's
58. Guess who 58 was?
I had no chance.
Alfredo Simon.
Well, he was famous because he shot a guy.
Right. And then he was an all-star for the Reds.
That's true. That is true. Alfredo Simon.
I thought it was Simone, and then they started calling him Simon.
Oh, that's right. That is true. Were there
87.
Were there any in the 90s?
No, I do not. Nope. 89 through 100 unworn.
89 through 100 were
87.
87. I don't know.
Ramon Urias wore it last year.
Really?
At least for a little bit.
I don't remember that at all. And I wasn't really paying it. I gotta be honest. I was not paying much attention last year.
Okay, so that was the little number tidbit, and then we also have a new. It's basically just a new Adley stat drop. From Birdland Insider, per Elias, Adley is the only rookie catcher since 1900 to record 20+ doubles in his first 57 games.
Man,
and then he's also the third rookie
unbelievable.
catcher to record 28+ extra base hits in that span of 57 games, joining
rookie catchers. Mike Piazza.
No. Let me just give it to you.
Sure.
Carlton Fisk.
Okay.
And Giovanni Soto.
Well, 2 Hall of Famers. I mean, Giovanni Soto was a nice player.
Yes.
I don't remember him having that explosive of a start, but, good for him.
All right, so with trade deadline yesterday, it was very exciting. We saw the Juan Soto trade. Probably everyone's saying it's probably the biggest trade ever in MLB history, so we'll see if the Nats ended up getting a good enough return. And so we all have our thoughts about the Orioles, but I want to talk about the individuals, the players that were traded, and my tidbit question is, do you know what player has been traded the most in Major League Baseball history? He was traded yesterday, adding to his lead. He was traded 9 times, now 10.
Edwin Jackson.
He is up there. I'll give you. I mean, two of the guys you're not going to get. I'll give you the story on them. But the number 1 guy was traded yesterday.
I'm trying to think of everybody who was. I was trying to think of everyone.
I don't think you're going to get it.
Okay.
He was traded for Raziel Iglesias, the Brave. He was with the Braves, and they sent him to Los Angeles.
I don't know.
Tucker Davidson and Jesse Chavez was traded from the Atlanta Braves to the
I don't know that I
Angels.
know who Jesse Chavez is.
He's been around for a while.
It's so funny.
He's 38 years old. He's been traded 10 times in his career.
Good for him.
Yep. And then number 2 on the list, 2 guys tied have been traded 8 times. Dick Littlefield.
Old Dickie.
He only had a 9-year Major League career, but he made
the most of it.
Yeah. But he managed to
he
get
saw a lot.
8 times.
Yeah.
And his most famous trade was one that didn't even count because in 1956 the Giants traded him to the Dodgers for Jackie Robinson, but then Jackie Robinson retired. So trade was
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
And then Willie Montanez.
Sure.
Both of them traded 8 times, and then Edwin Jackson was traded 7 times, so he is third.
He was the subject of Scarface, I think. Willie Montana. All right, never mind. Is that it?
And then do you want to guess the guys?
Jesus, how much?
Three guys have been traded 5 times. One guy's been traded also. So another guy's been traded 7 times. He's tied with Edwin Jackson, and another guy traded 6 times. So I have 5 names here that I think you can get. They're all like they've played over the last decade.
All played in the last decade.
Yeah. Well, one guy early 2000s guy, or late 2000s guy.
I don't. You have to give me something.
Traded 7 times. Okay, so this guy retired in January. I think most recently he was in a Yankees uniform, speedy outfielder for the Yankees, and he just retired.
Curtis Granderson?
No, just retired. Just announced his retirement in January.
I don't know when.
So as he was playing recently, he played 9 games for the Mets in 2021. I don't think that's going to help you.
Curtis Granderson.
No, he started with the Padres, I believe.
Started with the Padres.
Yeah.
Played 9 games for the Mets last year.
Yeah, and then he was an outfielder for the
outfielder
for the Yankees. Then had a couple hits like that were somewhat relevant over the 2019.
Cameron Maben.
There you go. Cameron Maben has been traded 7 times.
Okay, I actually believe that because
Yeah.
he was in Florida for a little. You know what? That actually checks out.
Yep.
Got it. But I needed 8 hints in order to have any shot at it.
That was good. Number. I don't think you'll get him. Shortstop. I think he was with the Nationals for a little bit.
Steve Lombardozzi.
No.
He was with the Orioles for a minute. A shortstop who was with the Nationals for a minute. Shortstop who was with the Nationals for
traded 6 times. Only player to be traded 6 times.
Traded 6 times.
Hold on, let me think of another
shortstop.
Hit. I don't think you're gonna get him.
Oh, good. This is going well. Why was this the trivia?
Because it's fun.
Well, maybe just tell me these and then come up with one that's easier.
Oh, he was with the Angels for a little bit.
The Angels for a bit.
Shortstop.
Eckstein.
No. I'll just give it to you. It was Yunel Escobar.
Yunel Escobar. Okay.
Yunel Escobar.
Right.
Yep. And then 3 guys have tied for being traded 5 times each. One of them is still active. He's a current reliever for a National League West team, having a very, very down year. Was once a big time closer.
Once a big time closer.
Yeah. Now he's having a down year for an NL West team. He's 3-10. He's blown a lot of saves this year. He's blown a lot of saves this year.
Is he prominently known for being a part of an NL West team? Or?
No. Just this season. Let's see. He was probably known for, let's see, the Pirates, the Braves.
The Pirates, the Braves. And a reliever?
Mm-hmm. Currently, I'll just tell you, he's with the Diamondbacks.
Oh, God, you asked me that. You're trying to think that I can name a Diamondback?
Yeah. It should, this guy, maybe. 4.66 ERA this season.
Melanson.
There you go. Mark Melanson. He's been traded 5 times.
I didn't know he was with the Diamondbacks either, for the record.
He is. I remember.
I couldn't have told you he was active.
I've been looking at him in fantasy, and he just
Why?
blows too many.
Why would you?
Because saves are a premium stat, and
apparently he's not good at it.
This one I don't think he'll get either. He's the current Angels bullpen catcher. He retired at the beginning of April, Angels bullpen catcher.
Retired.
Let's see. Most of his career I think was with the Royals.
And it's not Salvador Perez.
No, it is not. Traded 5 times.
Most of his career with the Royals. Was he most recently with the Royals?
No, I'm guessing he was most recently with the Angels since he decided to become their.
Whew.
He's wearing a Rangers hat in his little picture.
Wearing a Rangers hat.
Royals, I think, is what you should remember him from. I'll just give it to you. Drew Butera.
I would remember him from nothing. I don't remember anything about Drew Butera.
I remember Drew Butera.
Nothing about. I mean, I've heard the name.
And then a starting pitcher has also been traded 5 times. He retired on May 31st of this year, and his last 2 stints were with the Yankees and the Twins as a starting pitcher.
Last 2 stints, and he pitched this year. With the Yankees or with
no,
the
he
Twins?
did not pitch this year.
Did not pitch this year.
He just decided. I think he just ended up not getting any more calls. So yeah, I'm done.
Okay, and where did he pitch last year?
Pulling up his reference right here. He was with St. Louis and Minnesota, St. Louis and Minnesota last year.
St. Louis and Minnesota,
and then Yankees for 3 years before that.
Oh God,
he won 12 games in 2019. Lefty. He was traded from Toronto to New York in 2018.
You're going to tell me, and I'm going to feel stupid. Go ahead, though.
J-Hap.
Yeah, damn it. I should have gotten J-Hap. Son of a bitch.
5 times been traded.
All right. Is that it?
That is it.
God, that took forever. All right. Thank you. Here's coming up, Totally Tubular Eyes. It's brought to you by the print issue of Press Box, which is available right now for free at your neighborhood Royal Farms, any of the hundreds of locations around town where you find Press Box. Read it all, PressBoxOnline.com. It is our Salute to Coaches issue. John Harbaugh on the cover. We celebrate area coaches who have either surpassed or approaching significant career milestones in the area. Kenny Amalolo from Navy, Pete Caringi from UMBC, Missy Maharg, Sasha Sorovsky from Maryland, Kendall Peace from Poly, Pat Clatchy at Mount St. Joe, and then a couple of coaches who recently retired, Janine Tucker from Johns Hopkins and Lou Eckerl from Calvert Hall. It's the players whose lives they impacted the most that are the ones that celebrate them. Go pick up that print issue of Press Box right now. Orioles wrap it up this afternoon with the Rangers. Kyle Bradish on the mound against Martin Perez. That is at 2 o'clock on MASN 2 for the series finale. Mets Nationals at 4 on MASN, also on MLB Network and the rest of the country. MLB Network has Mariners Yankees at 1, locally Red Sox Astros at 4, and Dodgers Giants tonight at 9:30. NBA TV, Indiana Fever, Atlanta Dream at 7, Minnesota Lynx, Seattle Storm at 10, CBS Sports Network, LA Sparks, New York Liberty at 7, ESPN, the Leagues Cup. You never, man, I don't think I have ever once known that the Leagues Cup was a thing, but tonight it's Chivas de Guadalajara and LA Galaxy at 8, Club America and LAFC at 10:30. City Open continues down in D.C. on the Tennis Channel at noon, and TBS for AEW Dynamite tonight at 8. Some non-sports highlights?
Just a couple. New episode of Master Chef on Fox at 8. Reservation Dogs makes their Season 2 premiere on Hulu. First 2 episodes.
I have not spent any time with it. I have had a lot of people tell me I should.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good as well. Yeah, sounds interesting. And then Netflix has a new Woodstock documentary. It's called Cluster F. Woodstock 99.
Woodstock 99 documentary. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, Woodstock 99.
Not really sure that I need to see any more of those. It was just an awful, awful moment.
Were you there?
No, I didn't go. I was 16 then.
Oh, really?
So my parents would definitely, like, I had to sneak out to go to HF festivals when I was a kid. I don't think I would have been able to pull off. It was also And at the time, the funny part is, like, and I say pricey, it might have been like $150. It might have been like basically what I pay for a concert anymore for one concert. But at the time, I just remember like being a kid and like friends that were looking into it. Like, could we pull this off? Could we sneak off for a weekend to go up to it? And especially we were big Dave Matthews Band fans. It's so hilarious that like we associate Woodstock 99 with the wretched, like, you know, Limp Bizkit, but like Dave Matthews Band was there. So my Dave Matthews Band friends were like, dude, let's go, right? And then we like looked into getting to, and it was so ungodly. And there was no cheap way of doing it. There was like no way to just go like up for the day and come back or anything like that. So we didn't go. Thank God we didn't go.
Yeah.
Everyone's.
I mean, it looks good, but everyone's working. I mean, HBO did Woodstock 99.
Yeah,
last summer
I remember
too,
seeing
and
another.
apparently that one was really good.
Yeah,
So,
I remember.
I'm not sure
that.
how Netflix will top it, but it's out there.
There are 2 Firefest documentaries, and frankly, if they made another one, I'd probably watch that one too. But that's the way it goes. All right, I'm caught up on Better Call Saul. Just I got that taken care of the last couple days. Got caught up. So well, I mean, it was like 2 episodes or something like that since
I didn't know how far back.
Back. All right. And if you're going to Rage Against the Machine tonight, let your boy know, and I won't tell you I'll have a beer with you because I don't drink, but you know I'll come over. We'll throw high fives or something down in DC. I saw all the pictures and videos from last night because they're doing 2 nights in DC. Very excited, very excited. And Run the Jewels is opening for him. Oh God, it's gonna be a great night. All right. Thanks today to Gary Thorne. Thanks to Rick Dempsey. And thanks to Drew Forrester. We'll get it all up in the greatest hits section of the tab at GlennClarkRadio.com. As I mentioned, tomorrow's a big day. Spiro Marikas joins us in studio. And we are debating the best months of the year. And if that's not the content for you, piss off. Not kidding. Go screw. This is going to be radio tomorrow, baby. This is going to be entertainment. Also tomorrow, I believe Charlotte North, who is the best women's lacrosse player maybe of all time. And I know that's early on in her career, but I've never seen a talent like her. She's part of Athletes United, which is going on out in Sparks at USA Lacrosse. So we'll talk to her about that, her unbelievable career that she's had at Boston College, winning a world championship here at Towson. She likes playing in Baltimore. She does quite well here. Would have been nice if she had played for maybe a school here, but that's a different conversation for a different day. And then Connor Norby.
Yes,
We'll make our trip to the Bowie Bay Sox, and we'll chat with Connor Norby tomorrow as well. So all that coming up, and a weekend at Bookies all tomorrow. Thanks to everybody at PressBox, all of our great sponsors and partners. Glory Days Grill, Royal Farms, Costas Inn, Great 8's Memorabilia, the FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Maryland. The Baltimore Orioles, your local Toyota dealer, buyatoyota.com, All-America Lacrosse. Thanks to Griffin, at Griffin_Bass. Thanks to Ryan, at RexPexRyan. Follow us, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, at Glenn Clark Radio. Have a great Wednesday evening. Have a great Wednesday evening. Have a great Thursday evening, too, but we'll say that tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday evening. Go Birds. Duke sucks. Ohio State sucks, too.